The latest episode of One Punch Man Season 3 is here, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. S-Class heroes showcase their unique abilities as hardcore battles unfold, one after another. First, we have the S-Class hero Zombieman. He encounters a demon-level monster vampire in a secluded room. He tries to strike first with his dual pistols, but the enemy suddenly teleports behind him and bites right through his carotid artery. The monster has never seen such a weak S-Class hero before, however. Before long, Zombieman, who possesses infinite regeneration, stands back up and swiftly swaps in a special magazine. The massive recoil snaps his arm instantly, but the fired bullet is caught bare-handed by Vampire, and the monster flings the bullet back, instantly piercing Zombieman's head and chest. Expecting cheers of victory, Vampire hears nothing. He turns around, only to find Zombieman's forehead healing at high speed. He had heard rumors of an immortal being among the heroes, but he never expected to actually face him in person. But theoretically, even regeneration has its limits. He firmly believes that by repeatedly destroying the body, he can eventually win. Besides, Zombieman isn't the only one with recovery powers. As a vampire from a millennia-old lineage, as long as there are enough blood bags around, he can fully restore himself. Little did he know, this is exactly what Zombieman wants, because his combat style is a war of attrition, relentlessly repeating the cycle until the opponent's stamina is completely drained. After being killed over 200 times, Zombieman finally claims his victory. Poor Vampire was ruthlessly ground down until he died. Meanwhile, on the other side, the A-Class 3 disciples encounter the Benefactor's private rescue squad, but they are being controlled by the monster princess, now wielding only blades. How will they deal with heavy firearms? Bushido recalled the words his master once spoke. Just swing your sword faster than a bullet. First find an opening to destroy their weapons, then disable the battlesuits by targeting joints like elbows and knees to render them completely immobile. However, once the real battle began, Bushido realized that things wouldn't be as easy as he had imagined. Just as they were struggling, the rank 1 hero Sweet Mask suddenly appeared. He confidently declared that he would take it from here. Trusting the superstar's power, the 3 disciples felt safe enough to evacuate the area. For Sweet Mask to truly stand on the side of justice, evil must be thoroughly eradicated. He couldn't care less about the lives of those being controlled. When the monster princess realized her whip was completely ineffective, he chose to surrender immediately. But how could Sweet Mask ever let her go? Meanwhile, after retreating, the 3 disciples stumbled upon Pig devouring a monster. While they were still in shock, a surge of killing intent suddenly rose from beneath the floor. The newcomer was none other than the demon-level monster devil Longhair. However, at this critical moment, one of them actually fell in love with him at first sight. Luckily, Bushido snapped him out of it. He immediately swung his sword and slashed at the monster, but to everyone's absolute shock, the enemy effortlessly blocked the strike using only his long hair. In other words, his hair is his primary weapon. These strands are not just for defense. They can also pierce, bind, and slice through anything. Each hair is as sharp as a blade, and they are countless in number. Saying this, Bushido immediately ordered everyone to focus, to sense the murderous intent hidden within the hair, and rely on pure reflexes to counter the dense barrage of strands. Through their seamless teamwork, the trio finally sheared the monster's long hair into a buzz cut, leaving him incapacitated and collapsing to the ground. Elsewhere, Machine God Clive confronted Atomic Samurai, claiming that he had already analyzed all of the samurai's combat data, including all his signature sword techniques, and told him to surrender quietly. However, Atomic Samurai remained unfazed, mocking G5 as nothing more than a high-end toy, even considering getting one for his disciples to practice on. Despite G5's escalating output, Atomic Samurai remained completely relaxed, shocking the Machine God to the point of nearly crashing. Unwilling to waste more time, Atomic Samurai unleashed a powerful strike, the Atomic/dual wield style, instantly shredding G5's armor. However, he couldn't slice through the internal core, suspecting that it was made of some special material. Taking advantage of the smoke from the explosion, G5 managed to escape. Meanwhile, Tario was cornered by Superalloy Darkshine, but by chance his escape route led him straight into Atomic Samurai.
How helpless we'll get there eventually. And that concludes the main event of the latest One Punch Man. Chapter We.
Now, let's go over some additional settings and details. After Zombieman finished off the vampire, he didn't leave immediately. Instead, he bolted the door shut and turned back to clear out the room, exterminating the remaining 30 fodder monsters. When he finally emerged, he was mangled beyond recognition. Half of his head was missing and his arm fell off as he walked. Yet, even so, he calmly lit a cigarette. Indeed, in the original manga, he lights a cigarette, which looks much more badass, but the anime censored it into a lollipop, just like Child Emperor's. Actually, his change is pretty cute, and it also calls back to the previous episode, specifically the part where he thanked Child Emperor. Elsewhere, Pig God encountered a giant lizard monster. Both share the core ability of devouring, but its size and power are far inferior to Pig God's, leaving the monster to watch helplessly as it swallowed whole bit by bit. The next episode is titled Dragon Level Executives. As for how they'll perform, let's wait and find out.